Share a Slice is brought to you by Kiss Desserts. Yes. Time to share a slice with the man Jaiga. I want to thank him for dropping by and sharing some time, having some fun with us. This is Carnival Tabanka in full effect on Cup of Joe. And Jaiga and we were talking and really just saying, sometimes if you know, or if you don't know, you just don't know, you know. And the Carnival Tabanka, for those who know,
no, it's real.
It is real.
It's a living, breathing mechanism.
It's 2 years, you know.
Yeah, 2 years, and people don't understand the disconnect and the emotional baggage that it carries and the emotional displacement it did for a lot of people, because some people, outside of just earning money by Carnival, you have to understand that the whole conceptualization of Carnival and how it started from the days of slavery and what it really represents, it makes you know that it is a form of expression after a rough year and coming out to this kind of exhale. And people have not exhaled for 2 years.
Yeah.
And that is like anything else, like it's a pipe that doesn't have anywhere for the running water to go, so you're just plugging up. So for those of them who speak out of turn and say things like, you don't need it, and it's just revelry, and it's just nonsense on the streets and thing, well, I let them bask in their ignorance and pray for them. Some heavy Hail Marys. And not everything about Carnival is what people try to talk about, the jump and the wave and thing. When you're talking all the key players, there are people who survive off of, like somebody who will have created like a wire bender, or somebody who does fabrics, or somebody who creates gems, and they have not been able to sell a gem for the past 2 years. They have not been able to bend wire for the past 2 years. For me, that's how I look at it. But we here, we're striving forward. My peers and myself, we've been working hard, doing what we have to do, because for me, it's passion. And when you're driven by passion, I always say that the byproduct of passion is always success. So when you continue doing something good like you've been doing Cup of Joe from the beginning to now, the byproduct of that is here. You didn't start in a beautiful space like this. It's like a little cardboard box kind of vibe. So now you're nice. You actually have nice things. I'm so proud to come here. See a fridge with a water machine and thing. I remember days we had a cooler.
We had a cooler.
That's
the
byproduct of doing something and being passionate about.
Can we share a slice? Because it's a kiss though.
What is this called?
This is a brownie cheesecake. One of the Kiss Desserts selection. So for people like Valentine's is around the corner. So you can give your Valentine a wonderful kiss cake.
Fellas, if you get in trouble, just buy this. Trust me.
This makeup cake.
Yeah. It's your fault.
This makeup cake.
It's your fault, bro. Just buy one of these. It's your fault.
Blame it on me. Yeah, so one of the times it was a kiss, we're sharing a slice with Jaiga. Jaiga, take me back a little bit, boy, because I was always amazed. I remember, and I said, what Jaiga do? When I called him Jaiga, I said, what is he doing now? It was TC to Jaiga.
It was TC, Super Jaiga TC.
Super Jaiga TC. I said, what name you want? And then
the transition to a TC is like, as I said, the government.
As the home name, Terrin.
Super Jaiga actually came off of, in my days as a song system. Every time I travel and come back and dress up a little nice, they say, like, oh, you sound like it's a new N-word.
Yeah.
So we can say that. And then Jay-Z at the time had, Jaiga, what's my name? So I just said, well, okay, I'll look at that. And he embraced, and I ran with it for a while. And when my daughter came, my first daughter, I remember one day going to pick her up in school, she went to hold the name, and in the foyer I was studying. Right, a big old man that's not them little channel calling me Super Jaiga. That didn't sound good. Something about that just wasn't rubbing me right. So then I started to do the back research and figure out what is Jaiga, because you had to be smart in this business. And it was dead, it was null at the time. So when people asked what Jaiga mean, I said love. So that's where the Jaiga came, and it stayed there. Moving
into the soca realm though, for you, it seemed a natural path, because I suppose in your radio days, you would have been working with even Iowa George in the early days. So it almost seemed like a natural, or was it a natural path?
It's a natural progression. What happened, the reason why I started to sing, I always tell this story, is when we did Soca Star Season 2, I remember Paul Richards was the one who told me, yo, you have a big show now, you're a big face of this thing, what next? How are you going to convince people that this thing is authentic and it's real? So I had to find a song for Fireball, who was the first winner, and for him, he was the only person that never got anything from Soca Star. And I remember picking up Fireball on Independence Square by Royal Castle, and never forget it. And I really love R&B. Anybody who knows me personally know that my relaxed time is R&B. And I was playing, just in case I don't make it home tonight, Wanna make love for the very first time, and that is when the melody came for this girl of mine. She's always teasing me. And I wrote this song between there and St. James. And Fabo ended up with a hit song that was signed to Boxing Play a year after.
Yeah.
He had a lot of success. It was #3 in France on Billboard. It's one of the few songs out of Trinidad that did well. So that was me trying to tell Trinidad, well, okay, I'm not a fluke. The whole concept of Soca started, me and the passion I have for it. And then I started taking time and traveling and going to BT, MTV, going behind the scenes, learning television production, learning all this thing, and hoping that Trinidad will accept it by year 3. That still wasn't taken on. When Umi won, they were still saying I was garbage. So I sang a jingle, which is TC, your name calling, look at your panty, which was garbage. But it was so big, it was so big that it went to Soca Monarch finals without a verse. And it still wasn't taken on. So that's why I was forced to sing, make your bumper turn on your front line. You can sit that. They still didn't take that on. Then I come and I give them, mash up the speaker, but speaker, they still spit on me and still didn't take one. Said I still
but it was that bad in terms of the reception? Because I mean, all those songs you talking to me there about.
They never accepted it.
It was relevant
it was very relevant in that marketplace at the time for the demographic that I was catering for. It was very relevant. Then I come and give them a classic, which is Action, which is today 10 years old and it's one of the biggest soca songs on the planet. That is on mine and Ben and they still say. So you know your focus shift, and as I said, I got older. Life happened. I did Synergy TV Soca Star for 8 years. Out of that, I felt proud that I have contributed some of the greatest young talents to date. Out of that show came Voice, Second Star, Pretty, Burfun, Umi Makano, list goes on. Well, so many of them that came out of the show. So, you know, at least I felt as though, right, it was successful to that point where I gave the business what it needed.
I don't want to run out of time, but I lots to talk about. The pandemic came, Jaiga, and I mean, I know how it affected the industry, the entertainment industry, and more so the soca industry. Talking about personally, because I know a lot came out of the pandemic for you personally.
Yeah, for me, to say it as quick as possible, the pandemic was a blessing and a curse at the same time. The curse is the fact that it really damaged a lot of people financially, emotionally, but the blessing was it reset everybody. Me personally, I was fortunate to stumble upon an opportunity, and out of it came a book. I wrote a book called Everyday Lessons in Emotional Intelligence with a Dr. Amala. She actually did a dissertation on emotional intelligence, and we stumbled upon each other just in passing on social media. Started speaking back in 2019, end of 2019, and it really came into fruition 2020, 2021. The book went out on November 15 of 2021. I'm secondly on my second book, which is 22 questions women over 40 need to ask men they're interested.
So there's a second book here, right?
Yeah,
so
my
you
second.
literally became
It's coming out on the second. Yeah.
You literally became an author during this period of pandemic.
It's coming out on the 2nd of April 2022, and in that process too, I finished and certified as in emotional intelligence and a certified coach, life coach, and currently pursuing mental health counseling degree.
Emotional Intelligence, the Caribbean Perspective.
Correct.
Available on?
It's available on all major book platforms. Online, I have no hard copy, sorry for that. Much love and kudos to Dr. Amala, that's the co-author. That's really my, my kind of private guru.
Right.
Person who reached out to me and really helped me along the way and learned a lot of stuff over the past 2 years.
There's one of the brothers that I've always said had a lot of time for listening to him on the radio, and you can find him now on 96.1.
Yeah, in the morning.
In the morning, breakfast party. That's 6 to 9.
6 to 9
every morning. We had some fun. We went deep, and we want to go back out with some fun. One of the rhythms that I heard that I really like is that Audrey rhythm.
Yeah, Audrey,
and it has a little story with Kitchener.
Big story. Audrey, for those of you who don't know, that Sugar Boom Boom, Kitchener actually will be 100. Would have been 100.
100 years this year.
2022 April.
Wow.
So his son decided to pay tribute because Audrey, for people who don't know, that was his dancer who eventually turned his wife.
Right.
Who's Kitchener's mother.
You see that Sugar Boom Boom road that he said?
Yeah, you see now. I don't want to take that. I carry that boom boom home. That boom boom want to go with me. So he take not only he carried home, he married it and made a child. Yeah. You understand? That is Miss Green. So at the end of the day, and I think from what I heard in the pipeline, the government is planning a big tribute to celebrate and commemorate the whole 100 year, because it's the only soca or calypso song has ever gotten that kind of accolade.
Your track on the rhythm.
My track on the rhythm is all fictional.
say that? Oh, good. Like,
It's
yes, I love fiction too.
It's fiction, and just to solidify that it's fiction, it was written by Tony himself, Chinese Laundry and Zan. My input on the rhythm was there. That's a little vibe, you know, a little vibe into the writing because this
You're not selling this fiction good.
This year I was I poured 7 songs out of which 90% of them I wrote, so which is good. You know, I'm back in a little mojo. I'm back writing again, so that's good. So yeah, Old Dog.
Take us out with it now, man. Thank you very much for passing.
Listen, men just always get in trouble. It's just a misunderstanding. Hear me? What the hell I do? What the hell I do? Who upset you? Girl, I never lied to you. She calling me old dog, she calling me liar, she calling me cheater, and telling me I is the worst. A little lipstick on my collar, have me sleeping on sofa. You're taking this too far. You key on my car. What? I get in trouble. I get myself in trouble again. Yes, I. Let's a little better. Thanks.
Does he kiss my brother?
Yeah.
I just want to give you this. Happy Valentine's.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
The cake is done, so that means you're enjoying the chocolate brownie. Yeah?
So Kiss, I appreciate the cake.
Good to see the folks at Kiss sharing a slice with the man TC No Jaiga.
Yes, I. You will do. Keep in cake.